This play is called There's a Fire in the City. It's a mini fantasy. We have some superheroes in it. Once upon a time, once upon a time, once upon a time there was a principal, and she was going down the street after work when suddenly she saw her teacher limping down the street. She said, Mr. Jones, what happened to you? And Mr. Jones said, I fell and broke my ankle. Can you get me to the hospital on time? She says, of course. And so the principal got her teacher to the hospital. Where she ran into the chief of staff and she said, Doctor, where the principal saw her chief of staff of the hospital and she said, Doctor, can you help me? Can you take my teacher and operate on him? And he had his surgeon nearby, and the surgeon said, we can't take him right now. The surgeon said, we can't take him right now. Surgeon said, we can't take him right now. We're operating on the archaeologist. But the nurse says, he's okay. And the archaeologist said, I'm okay. That tiger just gave me a little scratch. And the lab technician says, yeah, he's okay. I looked at his blood under the microscope. And so they operated on the teacher. And then they went upstairs and the nurse says, let's go upstairs for a coffee break. And so they went upstairs for a coffee break. And when they got upstairs, they ran into the chef. And the chef says, I heard about the teacher, and I hear he's okay. I made you a special lunch of waffles and ice cream. And they all said, yum, yum. They all said, yum, yum. And all of a sudden, the nurse and the archaeologist turned and looked at the window, and they said, look, there's a fire in the city. The nurse says again, there's a fire in the city. And the principal says, we better call 911 right away. The principal says, we better call 911 right away. And the teacher says, the firefighters will put it out. The teacher says, the firefighters will pull it out. The teacher says, the firefighters will pull it out. Everybody say, sirens. Came and they put the fire out, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, we better call the police, that fire looks funny. And so they call the police. Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, uh-oh. Somebody better call President Obama and call the FBI in. Look what happened. They said, the fireman said, the fire is out. The fire is out. But the FBI and the police looked at each other and they said, we better investigate. And so they saw the neighbors and they said, do you know start the fire? Do you know start the fire? And one of the neighbors stood up and said, I know. It was the little old man down the street who forgets to turn off the stove. And so the old man comes out. The old man comes out and he said, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me. I didn't even cook today. I didn't even cook today." And he says, "Oh, we were at my granddaughter's graduation." Oh yes, and so his son comes out, the sailor, and he says, "Hi everybody. My pop didn't start any fire. We were at my daughter's graduation." And his brother comes out from the service and he says, "Yeah, I'm home too. And my pop didn't start any fire." And then the daughter who just graduated from med school, she comes out and she said, she comes all the way out, and she says, "Don't anybody blame my grandpa." Yes, well, everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, "Look, it's a bird, it's a plane." Everybody say, it's Gwenda, the wicked witch. Gwenda comes out and she stops and she says to everybody, "I'm going to make everybody blame for the fire." And she says it again, "I'm going to make everybody blame for the fire." Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, "Look, it's Gilda, the good witch." And she comes out and she says, "There you go again, sister. Making trouble." Oh, Wicked Witch says, "I was only having fun. I didn't mean any harm." Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, "Look, it's a bird, it's a plane." Everybody say, "It's Superboy." Superboy. And he says, "Hi, everybody. I was just flying over the city, keeping it safe, and I know what started that fire." And well, wait a minute. He says, everybody says, uh-oh. Everybody say, "It's Supergirl." Supergirl. And Supergirl says, "Hi, everybody. I was flying around with Superboy, and I know what started that fire. Oh, it was those dead leaves." Supergirl says, "It was those dead leaves behind the building." And the old man says, "Leaves?" The old man says, "Leaves? I take good care of my lawn." He says, "Where's Rocky, my landscaper?" And Rocky comes out and he says, "Did somebody call my name? Come on out. Rocky, did somebody call my name?" Old Man Jones, the landscaper tells Old Man Jones, "I told you to knock down that tree." And Old Man Jones says, "Rocky, you were right." Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, "It's Batman." Batman comes out and he's driving it. "Drive, Batman. Drive, Batman. Drive that car, Batman. Drive that car." Batman says, "Hi, everybody. I know what really happened." And Batman says, "Batgirl should be here any minute." Everybody say, uh-oh. Everybody say, "It's Batgirl." And Batgirl comes out and she's driving. And she says, "Hi, everybody. Batman and I know what happened. It was construction next door. You need to talk to Construction Bob. And Construction Bob says, did somebody call my name? Did somebody call my name? And Construction Bob comes down and says, I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, but my construction equipment got overheated. Can I build you a doggy house for your new puppies? Everybody say, uh-oh. Oh, everybody say, uh-oh. Here comes the American airline pilot who was flying all over the city. Pilot is flying. Okay. And he says, hi, everybody. And that girl and that boy are right. I saw the leaves. They didn't really cause the problem. It was that construction equipment. And so they all realized that they solved the problem of the fire. And Construction Bob, he is going to build a doggy house for Old Man Jones. And so, good witch Gilda, she steps forward and she says, I'm glad we solved that problem. I'm going to put a good spell on everybody. Abracadabra, abracadabra. And lickety-spams. And what do you know? This is the end of our Career Ed show.